made you just question your own team. It made you question your own league. It made you question football.
Like, he's a good player, but not when you cost 125 million. You should be better than that. I don't care if it's like first season and all this kind of stuff. Like, look at some of the other players who come to the Premier League for the first season who cost half the price. So he's going to score now, isn't he?
How are we, fellow Reds? It's the big one. United, Liverpool, Old Trafford. And you're back with Spen and CHAZ to preview it. Before we get going, as always, thanks so much if you're already subscribing or following. We really appreciate it. If not, hit that subscribe or follow button now. We're everywhere and we'd love to have you involved. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all the socials. So get involved, get involved. We want more fellow Reds. And haters, also welcome. But CHAZ, we're back. The sun's shining and we're getting into a big one, United v Liverpool. But before we do, let's just look at what's been going on since we last spoke when we reviewed the Brentford game. A little bit of Champions League football.
Yeah, not a bad game. One of the nights. I don't know if you watched it or not, but I watched it and I was just like, at least attacking wise, I was like, oh my god, the levels above everyone in the Premier League at the moment is insane. Just like the goals they were scoring. Like, I'm trying to think defensively, were they horrendous? Some of it was, but then also, is it made to look horrendous because the attacking players are so good and they're given the freedom to actually play football. But it just made you think, like, this is what the Premier League used to be like free flowing football. But now we're just kind of system obsessed, and it was just such a refreshing game to watch. Like, I was just watching it, and I was like, every couple of seconds there was a bloody goal. It was. I know, and most of the time, good goals as well.
It was unreal. Just in case you've been living under a rock, we are not talking about Arsenal v Atletico Madrid. We are talking about PSG versus Bayern Munich, which was an incredible 5-4. But yeah, I agree with you. Watching it, it made you just question your own team. It made you question your own league. It made you question football because I was like, we'd never see that, do we? Not anymore, as you say, anyway.
No, and I think I saw a stat the other day that there's been no games with 6 goals or something this season in the Premier League. And we used to get games like 5-4s and things like that, and like really exciting games. It's just like that's just disappeared. And maybe it's because of the system-based football, and there's not many players given the freedom anymore to express themselves. Like, I guess like Cherky, for example, is maybe one of the few who's doing Cherky things, but I don't even know if he's allowed to do that. I think he's just a bit of a maverick and just does what he wants.
Yeah.
And you just want a bit more of that, really, don't you? From because the players obviously have the skills and the talent to do so, but they just seem to be scared and locked into these systems, and it's a bit sad, really, isn't it? And then you see that game, and you're just like, well, it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah, you mentioned it, and I think it's because you've probably heard other people say it as well, but I don't even really care if it was like bad defending or whether it was. I just want to celebrate it because it's just the skill, just people going at people. It was just a joy to watch, and I'll be honest, I was kind of flicking in between Southampton and Ipswich as well because that was kind of a big game, and it was a stupid decision because I should have just stuck with the game because every time I flicked off, there was another goal or
you missed 2 goals.
Some moment that I missed, but yeah, wonderful football. For me, that
there could have been more goals as well.
Easy.
Like when it was one, but then Dembele missed an absolute sitter 1-on-1, did all the hard work, and then just kind of fluffed his shot. Not that it stopped them, but there was chances. It could have been like 8-9 or 9-8, or you know what I mean. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I think I saw that Neuer faced 5 shots on target and conceded 5. But I don't think it wasn't like he was flapping at them. A lot of them were just quality finishes.
Yeah, and even when I saw like them hit the bar and stuff, PSG, for example, the quality of strike is just unbelievable, and it's just you don't save those. Andy Gray style.
Exactly.
Yeah, literally, it's when Dembele's goal as well, where he's just completely done him with cutting inside and then just off the post and in. It's just unbelievable.
It's
a bit of a contrast. Arsenal. I mean,
I didn't watch this one. Did you watch it? I didn't watch the one last night.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
I was tired enough already. I knew it took me over the edge.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it was always going to be a tough act to follow, as much as we like to joke about Arsenal. But it was very different as we thought it would be. A game of penalties, really, and not great penalties again. And Arsenal get given a penalty to kind of win 2-1 in theory, and then it gets overruled by VAR. And again, as much as we like to have a laugh and a joke, it was a bit of a joke decision, VAR, because does clear and obvious even matter anymore? Because
No.
there's no way VAR can say with absolute certainty that that is a clear and obvious error from the referee. I think it's soft, but basically, if you haven't seen it, he kind of sticks a foot out, and Eze makes the most of it in a clever way, to be honest. And you kind of,
But with contact.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's just not clear and obvious that there wasn't contact. You look at it and go, oh, it's soft. I'm not really sure, but it's not clear and obvious. So I kind of, I
Yeah.
fell for him a little bit, and I'm so tired
Also,
of
the
VAR.
one I saw against them, right, was the same as the night before when I was like, that's not a penalty. It came off his leg into his hand. And then it's the same thing the next night. And obviously, at least there is consistency. They've given the pens both nights, but it just feels harsh. Like, what is an offender meant to do? Like, the ball hits their leg, which is allowed to. And you meant to have your hands behind your back the whole time just to stop handballs. Like, his hand was like slightly out from his body, and it flicked off his thigh, and I'm like, so harsh. I'm glad we don't have that kind of rule in the Premier League, but the whole handball rule, it's just got so complicated, and like you said, all this clear and obvious and this interpretation. It's like the referees are just scared to make decisions now. I think almost like, do you get a bit like tennis, like the manager or the captain, whatever way you want to do it, you get like 3 challenges a game, or 1 challenge a game, and otherwise the referee's decision is final. The on-pitch decision, like maybe something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just this so it's taking a bit of the joy out of the game. You can't celebrate a goal properly. You're always worried about something's happened 15 minutes ago in the build-up. It's just, yeah, it's hard to love it as much.
Well, luckily it didn't spoil the PSG Bayern game as well, because there was so many
Yeah,
goals and moments, but there was a crap penalty in that as well, and it's just, we just don't need it. It's just ruining stuff. In games like that where it's just fine margins, like you can't be making calls like that. It should just be like that is handballish, and no questions asked. But when he's like arms are there, come on, like we just don't need pens for that. It's ridiculous.
yeah,
And yeah, the Arsenal one is just not clear and obvious. So yeah, some
yeah.
dodgy decisions as well. But let's focus
What do
on.
you reckon? Who's going through
Um,
out of Atletico and Arsenal first?
yeah, I would say I've still got my bet on Atletico Madrid to win it, which obviously looks frightening with PSG and Bayern in the form they're in. But I don't know. The result last night is definitely better for Arsenal, right? But I can still see, with Arsenal focused on the league, Atletico Madrid going there and doing a job. So I do still fancy Atletico to get through that. What about you?
Yeah, I think there's. I saw again just reading the game and listening to the Alvarez kind of getting very close. So I think maybe next game, if it's similar, maybe they have a striker who can decide games, and I don't think Arsenal do.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that he could be the difference, which tips it in their favour. I guess obviously Arsenal at home, and they're hard to beat. It's just two teams that are hard to beat. But that's why I think maybe Atletico can still edge it, because they've got kind of the world beater who can turn a game in Alvarez. So maybe that's the side of it. And then on the other side, I think PSG. I think they are better. Um, and I think I'd rather have PSG play if it was Arsenal to go through. I think I'd rather have PSG play them, um, because they've been there and done it more recently, and as a manager who's been there and done it as well twice. I just think I'd just be worried if Arsenal do make it that they kind of dodge a Champions League win. It'd be absolutely horrific if they beat either of them, because obviously when you look at the 2 games that we saw this week, like they're just so much more entertaining
Yeah.
and what you want to see from a football match and football teams.
I actually fancy Bayern Munich in the other one, mainly because I think, yeah, PSG are incredible and frightening, but I do think they letting that 5-2 lead slip is costly. And Bayern as well have got some incredible firepower. And then to take it back to their place as well, I do feel that Bayern might sneak through that one. But yeah, it'll be interesting. And just back on, you mentioned him before, Alvarez. What a player he is, by the way. How have City let him go?
Yeah, yeah, it looks baffling now. I
Yeah.
guess did he want to? He kind of knew he'd be second fiddle to Haaland, but So maybe that's the only reason why that he wanted to go, because he didn't want to play, because he's obviously a world class striker. So he's like, well, he's not going to be favoured over Haaland still, because Haaland is a better striker. So that's probably why he wants to be number one, and he deserves to be kind of the number one player for a team.
Fair.
I've heard Barca want him, but Barca can apparently can't spend 26 million on Rashford, but can probably spend 120 million on Alvarez.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll find a way, pull some levers, but yeah,
Now you've mentioned it. If we let Marcus Rashford go for any less than 30 million, it is a disgrace.
yeah,
Joke, joke. Yeah, I'm sick of getting fleeced for our players. So stay
yeah,
strong, United. Stay strong and actually get something. Even 30 million. He was a £100 million player before. So 30 million's a bargain. So yeah,
yeah. It's a steal still.
none of this nonsense, please. All right. So yeah, interesting. But let's get into it. Sunday, 3rd of May, 3:30, kickoff in the UK. Man United versus Liverpool, Old Trafford. The fixture we kind of look forward to on Sky Sports in the UK. I'm actually going to be down south for this one, which I'm gutted about. And CHAZ, I don't know why you've met them, but my in-laws are fake Scousers as well, so I'm going to end up probably having to watch it with them.
Yeah, it would have been worse a couple of seasons ago, but as you'll see from my prediction, it won't be so bad, I don't think, for you. I'm hoping anyway.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Yeah, like I say, in years gone by, this has been bigger for obvious reasons, but still a big one, right? We're both going for Champions League, and we only need kind of 2 more points, but we want to finish above them, don't we?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that third spot would just be, yeah, kind of showcase what Carrick's done. And then it just be, yeah, like you said, nice to finish above the Scousers. And like, if they win this and it gets tight, and then they can finish above us and we end up finishing fourth or fifth, and you don't want to end the season on a downward trajectory. Um, so yeah, I think it's a really big game. Obviously, it's always a big game because it's a derby and we hate them. But I think, yeah, I think it still has kind of consequences in terms of the actual table and results and morale, and for Carrick if he doesn't win it. So yeah, I think it's important.
Just think how sweet it could be as well in terms of we beat them at Old Trafford, we do the double on them, and we secure Champions League. That would be nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and also probably secure third as well,
Yeah.
because that would be six points ahead of Liverpool, and I think Villa probably will be a bit indifferent anyway, coming up with the Europa League semis and probably final. So um, yeah, I think that almost secures third as well.
Yeah, agreed. Well, we'll get into United, but let's have a look at the dirty Scousers just quickly before we do. I mentioned that there's a potential to do the double because we got that 2-1 win at Anfield last time we played them. Don't know if you remember it, but it was Mbeumo scoring in the first minute with that Van Dijk mistake. I hope he's got another one in his locker, where he failed to, he kind of pushed him in the back, fouled him, Brian gets straight back up, and then just
Yeah,
left
yeah,
him and blamed everyone else like he always does.
yeah. He's never made a mistake, so surprising.
And then, to be fair, Liverpool, I don't like to be fair to Liverpool, but I will say they hit the woodwork a fair few times. And then Gakpo got that equaliser. But then, big slabhead with a winner at Anfield. What a feeling that must have been for him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was first time in a while as well that I think we'd beaten them there in the league. So um, yeah, I can't remember the last time we did the double over them. I think it's quite a while ago. So
Oh, good question.
um, yeah, I'm here for it.
That would be sweet. Because yeah, obviously we're in third, they're in fourth, 3 points in it. So as you said, a win and 6 points difference would be massive. Annoyingly, they've not been too great this season, but they have kind of ticked up more recently. So last time out, they had a 3-1 win at home to Palace. Before that, they had that jammy 2-1 last minute winner
Yeah,
against
100th minute.
against Everton.
Yeah,
Not deserved, but happened. In between all the Premier League game before that, they got beat 2-0 at home to PSG. But before that, they beat Fulham 2-0 at home. So last three results have been wins for them. But let's hope we can kind of end that run of form, eh?
yeah. Like you said, I don't think they've actually been very good in those games. The Palace one again, it was that third goal was late, and that was when Palace were pushing on, and I think Palace had some chances. Maybe I think there's even a penalty shout in it. Um, So yeah, I think the 3-1 flattered them. It actually easily could have been a draw. Like you said, the Everton game was a really late winner as well. So yeah, I think the results, the 3 wins, probably hide their actual real form, as in the way they're actually playing. Um, but yeah, obviously on paper they look like they're playing well.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Team news for them. So some interesting ones. Obviously, Ekatike is a big one. He's out with that, serious injury and he'll miss the World Cup as well. Salah is unlikely, I think, with a muscle injury. I think they're talking about him being back before the end of the season, but I'd be very surprised if he makes the trip to Old
Yeah,
Trafford.
I don't think he'll be playing, which is great because he does love playing and scoring against us. So
Yeah,
that's a massive miss for them. I think even also knowing it was going to be his last derby, I think he would have been like really up for it. So I'm very glad
yeah.
he's out.
No chance to just kind of patch him up and wheel him out with that in mind.
I don't think so because I think it probably the risk is then whatever he does, he tears it or whatever it is. But he probably wants to have his last game at Anfield.
Yeah, true.
So maybe I don't think they'd risk it. But yeah, you never know. It could be one of those sneaky ones. But yeah, it sounds like he won't be out. He won't be playing.
Yeah. And then they've had goalkeeper issues as well. So Alisson and Mohamedashvili has also been out recently, and Woodman's been playing. But classically with us, Alisson is close to a return, so I don't know if he'll make it for us. But fingers crossed he doesn't, because he's a good player, right?
Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah, he's a good keeper.
Yeah. And then some little ones, Bradley, Leone, and Endo are also out. So a few injuries there, but still, when you look at that squad, it's still a decent team, right? That we'll be facing. And from your point of view,
Yeah.
Chaz, if you're going to pick a one to watch on their side,
Well, obviously Isak scored against Palace. So he's in my fantasy team there. So hopefully that'll cause a dry game against us. But I guess obviously he's got that goal, a recent goal, which maybe means obviously he's a quality player and he was class last season for Newcastle. So if he gets to that kind of form again, then he could be obviously he's definitely one to watch. Um, and then I still don't really rate Verts like he's a good player, but not when you cost 125 million. You
yeah,
should be better than that. I don't care if it's like first season and all this kind of stuff. Like look at some of the other players who come to the Premier League for the first season who cost half the price. Um, so he's going to score now, isn't he?
yeah, clip
So
that one up.
like, but yeah, I'm probably going to say Isak is the one to watch. I think is Gakpo. He seems to like playing against us as well. He's always pretty tricky. So they're probably the main ones that I'd be looking out for.
Yeah, I've gone with Gakpo genuinely for that reason. I just think he's a bit of a pain in the ass against us. So
Yeah,
hopefully not this time, but he's kind of my one to watch. But let's get positive. Let's get excited. Let's get into United. So in terms of our team, I don't want to set you off again, Chaz, but Martinez is still banned for one final game
I know.
for that horrendous hair pull that only happens to
Yeah, I
Manchester
can't
United
watch
players.
that again. It makes me feel sick every time I see it. It's so violent.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But yeah, we're without him, unfortunately. Obviously, Yoro came on for sure against Brentford, so probably means Yoro's back in contention. Not sure about Shaw. I think it'd be fine, but potentially a question mark on him. And then gutted as always, but Cunha probably still a doubt. It's nothing too serious, but if he is to miss out, it's such a shame because those kind of games are absolutely perfect for him, right?
Yeah, he'll love this game. Like
Yeah,
he'll be going shithousery mode.
yeah.
He'll like be winding people up, getting the crowd riled up. So yeah, hopefully he's fit. But obviously we're doing this before the press conference, so I
Yeah.
guess we'll find out on Friday who's fit or not. But yeah, it doesn't sound like he'll be available.
Well, with that in mind, then, Jez, go into it. What are you thinking? Put your Carrick hat on. Who's starting?
It's it's basically exactly the same team from Brentford. So obviously Lamins, Gallo, Maguire, Heaven, and I think even if Euro is fit, I'm probably going with Heaven anyway. Because I think for a derby like this, I think you just want that bit more aggression that he has. So I go Heaven, especially with Maguire next to him, giving him kind of pointers. Then Shaw left back, and then obviously if Shaw is injured, then maybe I wouldn't want to switch to the kind of three at the back or anything like that. I'd go for kind of Mazraoui probably at left back.
Yeah.
And then the midfield obviously picks itself. And then yeah, if Cunha is out, then you'd have to go Mbeumo, Sesko, and Ahmad touch that. So I'm assuming yours is the same.
Spot on, yeah. I think it's going to be exactly that, and I think it's a massive game for the midfield. You know, they had a really good game against Brentford, Casemiro and Mainu, but this is a game that needs to be won there. So really wanting big things for them. But yeah, I think Heaven and Maguire will be given the nod again, and then if Shaw's fit, I think he's in. And then yeah, as you said, the only question mark really is Cunha. If he's available, I'm picking him, but it might just be a little bit too soon. All right, Scott, I'm going to let you go first this time because I went first last time and got really close. But I'm worried. I don't know why. I've got a feeling you're gonna nick mine. But go on.
I'm going confident. I don't know. I just don't think they're very good. So I'm going 3-1.
No,
3-1 United.
that was
3-1 United. I'm not predicting their goal scorer. I'll say, well, actually, no, I think it'll probably Gakpo, but he's not going on my bet. And then goals from us will be Sesko, Bruno, and I think Ahmad's finally going to convert a chance. So I'm going Ahmad. He's also scored before against Liverpool before. He likes it. So I'm going for the front three all to get a goal each.
CHAZ. We're too
3-1
similar.
as well.
I try and hide my notes from you, and I promise we haven't discussed this. But again, this is probably going to come back to bite us on the ass. But I also feel good. I think we need Old Trafford rocking. But I think they're there for the taking. And I have also gone 3-1 United. I've gone a bit rogue here. I've gone Sesko, which is definitely not rogue. I just feel that this is the game where Ahmad, as you say, but also Brian bag. So I've gone Ahmad, Brian, and Sesko for our three. And then I've mentioned that
Yeah.
he's at goal for Liverpool. But look at us both.
Yeah.
Confident.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice. It's nice going into it. Like basically for the last, whatever it is, pretty much like at least 6 seasons, we've gone in fearing a loss. And most of the time it has been a loss and sometimes it's been an embarrassing loss. So even if the result doesn't come, at least we're going to these games feeling a lot more confident than we have done for many years.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And we've been playing well against good teams, right? And I think Old Trafford,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
we need you. We need to get it rocking. We need to get behind the players. And I just think that, yeah, if we can get at Liverpool, they are really there for the taking. Like you mentioned before, some narrow wins from them recently. They've got some good players, but they've also got injuries. So let's just put them to the sword and get a massive win for United, massive win for Carrick, and let's get that Champions League secured. All right, I'm excited. But yeah, let's have a little look at the rest of the game week as well. So not loads of fixtures for me that stand out. Naturally, we're keeping an eye on Arsenal and City. So Arsenal home to Fulham. Any slip up there, Jez?
I think they'll win it. I think it'll be like another like 1-0 basically.
Yeah.
Fulham, like who they beat the other week.
Villa.
Yeah, beat Villa the other week. So obviously they can beat a decent team.
Yeah.
I just think Arsenal will grind it out, especially at home. The only thing it maybe see a 1-1 or something like that, but I think it'll be low scoring. Like Fulham don't score lots of goals. But yeah, I'm probably going to go for like an Arsenal 1-0 there.
Fair play. And then City away at Everton.
They hate Everton. They hate playing Everton.
Yeah.
Like our mate who's a City fan, he's always like hates the Everton games, hates the Everton fans, and yeah, it's definitely a kind of banana skin. It's a hard place to go. But I still think City will get it done. I think they're kind of in machine mode. I think they probably will win the rest of the games. But I think it could be a tight one as well, maybe like a 2-1, something like that. Not an easy game.
I'm with you. I think that's a bit of a banana skin. I could see a draw or something there. But yeah, we shall see. And then just a bit of a top four rivals watch. The only one that really sticks out, we're playing Liverpool, which is the big one, is Villa at home to Spurs. Guess at both ends of the table.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I don't know. It's hard. Obviously, you don't know what Spurs are going to turn out like. Obviously, De Zerbi's getting more time with them. They obviously picked up 4 points now in 3 games or whatever it is, which is much better than they've been doing. So I don't know. Could he? It depends how. Like obviously, Villa are playing. Is it Forest tonight? think. So maybe see how that game goes. It might affect this game. If they smash them or it's really tight, then they might rest players, and then Spurs can pick up a win. So I don't know. I think Villa might drop points there. Maybe a draw.
I'll give Spurs that. I'd be happy if they if that happens, just to kind of give us a bit more breathing room in that top four.
Yeah.
As much as we're enjoying their their demise, we'll let them have a point.
Yeah.
A point there. Okay, great. That's kind of the footy wrapped up. But as always in previews, challenge CHAZ time. You ready?
Yeah. Just my caveat is that I'm still ill, so maybe my head won't be working properly.
To be fair, I can't judge you at all after my performance on the last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously went with a United Liverpool theme for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
My question to you today, CHAZ, in Challenge CHAZ, is who is the only Manchester United player to have scored a hat-trick against Liverpool in the history of the Premier League? And just before you answer,
Berbatov.
Yeah, straight in. I think this is because I'm getting a little bit excited now, trying to manifest a hat trick into this game for us. But yeah, Dimitar Berbatov, correct. Do you remember it? Do you remember?
Yes, it was a really class one as well. I think was it. Did he score? Was it on a bicycle kick?
Yeah, overhead kick.
Bar.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah,
I might have to have a little.
I can't remember. What was their final score on that one?
3-2.
Is it 3-2? Yeah.
I might have to have a little watch of that just to kind of get myself in the mood.
Get you fired up.
There's another, as always, there's kind of a part two. How many hat tricks did Berbatov get for United? He had 108 appearances, if that helps you at all.
I don't think it was loads. I feel like maybe he got one against Blackburn or something like that as well.
Very good.
I'm going to go 3.
Close, you got 4, which you said not that many, but that's pretty impressive because what makes it more impressive is he got 3 in the same season, 2010-2011.
Who against?
It was Liverpool, Blackburn.
I was right with Blackburn.
Yeah, nice. You were. And then
that's good knowledge.
You tested me, but I can't remember. But that's all right. And to be fair, 56 goals he got in 108 appearances. What a player. I think we both loved him, didn't we?
Yeah, I loved it. Loved Burbs. Like the reason he didn't shine as much was because of the players around him as well. He wasn't like the focal point. But,
yeah.
Like you said, his goal record is pretty good, and I think he's really like the only thing was he didn't start him he didn't even get in the squad for the 2009 Champions League final. I feel was it 20? Was it 20? I can't remember which one it was. 2013. No, we didn't get Champions League final. 2009. Anyway, we were one of the ones we lost to that Barca team. He didn't get to start. He didn't get in the squad, and I felt like a bit gutted for him. I think he deserved it that season. I'm pretty sure he was top goal scorer as well.
Yeah, top player. Have you ever seen anyone with a better first touch?
Only when I watch videos of myself.
Good Lord.
Yes, I have actually. Only one person. I'd probably say Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
His touch is ridiculous. But yeah, in the Premier League, I don't think so. It's just like, he was just glue, wasn't it? Just picking balls out the sky.
Yeah. Unbelievable player. But yeah, easy one for you there, CHAZ. Nailed it. And pretty good on remembering the hat tricks as well. But what a player.
Does that mean I have to give you an easy one for next week's preview?
Yes, please. That would be nice. Try and redeem myself as a Man United.
What is Manchester United's nickname?
Oh. Save it and I'll do some research before next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's leave it there, CHAZ. Let's get excited. Massive one on Sunday. Let's beat those bloody Scousers at home. Do the double. Get Champions League. Stick one on them. Yes, please. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think the score is going to be? Who's going to score? Are you as excited as us? Are we crazy? Let us know in the comments as always. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on all the channels, and we will both catch you in the next one.